Did he move on? So much. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now listen, my original thought process was, well, wait a second. There's a bunch of messages here. So when you delete, right? When you delete, mass delete a bunch of messages, those messages that you want to keep will move up in the conversation, right? But they don't reverse. Anybody have an answer? Anybody have an answer? Jennifer absolutely said that comment was out of line. I don't know. I don't know, but I know that it's not honesty. That's what I know. Hi. I know that that's not, hi, Ash. I know that that is not transparency. I know that that is not any of what they claim to be. And it's unfortunate, right? So let me go back. Let me tell you how we got here. Before I started, Riley, are you here? Did he say no doxing? Eddie said no doxing. Eddie said no doxing. She did. She did say that she was against doxing. They are. And screen recorded. What's the best thing to do? Damaged. If the allegations, I can't tell anybody. The best advice that I could give you is this, right? Because the first year or so that I did this, I felt the need to defend myself against everything being said. Okay? I no longer feel that way. So I think that here's the simple answer. If you feel like you have something to prove, you'll defend yourself. If you don't, then you won't. Pretty simple. I also think that it's super fucking weird that they were live for 14 hours, I think. And Itty, you filed a copyright strike on Kai on Jess's behalf. It was Jennifer's live, actually. Right? But you know, Jess is my friend. You know that, right? You're a piece of shit for that. So where it seems like sweater weather, where it seems like you want to be a call out creator, that's all fine and good, right? Do your thing. But you claim to be friends with people that you are not friends to. You are not friends to them. And I understand that there are people that have issues with replay channels, right? But let me be clear. Replay channels are essential for somebody like me. Kai reposts my shit all the time. And I am a monetized creator. I've never copyright strike her. Why would I do that? There are people right now that have hate videos up about me using my content not in a fair use manner. Do you think that I've ever filed a takedown request? Because no. Doesn't matter to me what they say. I know who I am as a person. Why the fuck do I care what some moron says about me? But you use Jess's name. Kai puts a lot of fucking work in. Some people just don't realize how much time and energy it takes to go, like Kai, Nookie, Mickey Mouse fam, right? That's time. That's time that they're taking, and none of them are monetized. Hi. So copyright, there's different forms. On YouTube, if you get a copyright strike on YouTube, you could lose your channel. Why would you do that? And then blame it on Jess. Anyhow. It is exhausting. Listen, I know it's exhausting. And I've always been super grateful because unlike some people, I actually do have like a life and a job, right? So I can't always catch things that I need to see, right? I keep hearing that she's changed, and that's unfortunate. Unlucky for her, I did get a bunch of links to her lives that she was live for I don't even know how many hours yesterday.
Unfriend me because I'm gonna stand right here 10 toes for being itty all the time. And Christy,
I don't even know who you are.
I'm gonna stand 10 toes. She said what she said and she's standing on it.
But she's not.
Like it, block her ass. And if
she's not standing on it, she lied about it.
You want to hold a 10-hour live talking about these people?
Ma'am, this live right here, 6 hours. I don't think I've ever been live for 6 hours in my entire internet career. I don't know, dude. This live was, there was 2 lives. This live was 6 hours and 28 minutes. This is just one of them. My Monday is great. This was just one of them. But this is a lie. This is all lies.
So, I mean, everybody owned up to whatever, and everybody go their separate ways.
I would do that if you did it right. But no, you instead are saying that we're threatening your family, which is not the case at all.
Yeah, and so my next thing is...
For free.
Okay, so I support a scammer, and then I support a woman beater. Well, that's not true. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it the best way that I can without being emotional about this.
Let me be so very clear about this. In 2021, I was involved with the original call out for A Hood. Okay? I've spoken to Jasmine herself, myself. No one is ever going to tell me that he did not brutalize that woman. Do you hear me?
I love A Hood. He is a close friend of mine.
Let me also, hi, find out I love your face. Hold on a second, because the dogs are about to bark, and I don't want your dogs to go nuts. I need to talk to you because we had this discussion about him very recently, right? And listen, I believe in changed behavior. I do. I really do. But this is a pattern. Jasmine wasn't the first. She was the first to come forward. Okay? But there are multiple, they scrubbed the internet of it all. I have been going through, I was a baby TikToker then, right? I've been going through what I had. The only thing that I have been able to find is a Dimple video from when she picked him up from prison or jail. And thank you. Can you email me? Because it was not one woman that accused him. It was not. It was Dimple, and then she wound up coming forward. And then there's another one, and I can't remember. If anybody in here has contact with Mama Cass, I need to talk to her. We used to be mutuals. I think she must have just deleted all of her social media. But she was on his ass, okay? So was Phoenix. Miss Happy Face, right? It's A Hood. So you're just going to proudly support and defend my sound's going to go out. I'm sorry. Thank you. Hold on a second. Hold on. She has gone off the internet. I know. I'm going to have to turn off my invites if they keep requesting y'all. I'm sorry. So no, what we're not going to do is invalidate. This is what's wild. You are telling people that they are traumatizing you in some kind of way. I don't know how. While you're invalidating the women that he beat. No, not you, Fiend. I'll find her later. I've been super busy. Hi, Donna. So no, that's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. You cannot call yourself a DV victim, a DV advocate, while shaming a victim or invalidating that victim. Doesn't work that way. You fuck with him because he's got numbers. That's why you fuck with him. Right. I haven't seen Phoenix in a bit either, but y'all, when I lose an account, I lose everybody on it. Oh, you're good. It's crazy to me. But you could support whoever you want. Just don't sit on a moral high ground. Well, I love your face. I'd hunt you down. Right? You could support anybody you want.
Whatever,
I don't care. Just know who you're supporting. And don't come up on here and say they didn't do what they did.
So I support a scammer, and then
you
I
do support a scammer.
a woman beater. Well, that's not true. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it the best way that I can without being emotional about this. I love Ehud. He is a close friend of mine. What he has gone through in his past, a lot of people do not know about.
Trauma is trauma, and hurt people, but guess what? You will never catch me on this app defending an abuser.
And to sit here and to say things that is not, I don't know. But if you go back, and I've said this over and over again, if you go back to his page and you see where he's standing in front of the jail sign, and he said, I have done some stuff in my past, but I'm going to do my time.
I just also want to be clear. I understand that there people have pasts. That's not what this is. All right. If you have a past, and Lord knows my ex-fiance's past used to get thrown at me 3 days a week, right? Let me be clear. I support changed behavior. What I will never support is TV. Any kind of violence against women or children. Those type of people, nada. Big difference.
And I'm going to make it right. And when he came back out of there,
period, Reba,
out of jail, he started rebuilding his life.
Good for him.
Now, I applaud him for what he has been through that a lot of people do not know. But y'all can say what you want to say about him.
I support his victims. That's who I support. I support the woman that I believe he locked in a fucking bedroom for days. That's who I support.
Well, I love the fact that he has a sense of humor.
Good for him.
I love that.
Dimples too.
That he is able to move forward and to come along the way that he has and so forth. I am proud of Ehud. So if y'all want to sit here and say that I support a woman beater, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, I'm probably going to lose it because I don't care what you people do to me. I don't.
Who is doing anything to her? Who's doing anything to her? I know Reba got doxxed. Who's doing anything to her? Can anybody give me one thing? What's being done to her? Anything. Just one. Hazel. Fuck. Why? Why? It's crazy. It's crazy. I know. No, Kelly, that's not what I'm doing. But thanks for the comment, though. I just don't, I really have an issue with the people and the victimhood. Nobody's doing anything to her. Nobody. I did it. I didn't put her phone number up. I didn't call her names. I didn't do anything. All I did is say, hey, these text messages are out of order, and that's a little weird. That's a little weird. I posted a blacked out screenshot, and I was talking about people's families, and I'm a threat to their kids. Like, what? What?
You were involving B and her child.
I did what?
I love that little boy.
Where? I want you to show me where I did that. That's exactly what she did. She knew that it was coming, so she beat me to the punch. Can anybody, thank you, Andrea, can anybody tell me where I did anything to either B or her child? Queen of Being Banned 2.0 at gmail.com. Where did I do that? I'll have you know, B, because I'm sure you'll see this on a replay, that in one of the screenshots that Itty posted, I even edited out what she had you stored as. But you're going to tell me I'm threatening your kid? I don't do kids. Do I speak on Victoria and her shitty parenting? Yeah, because that's what it is. First of all, who said I was innocent? Who said I was innocent? Has anybody ever heard me say that I was innocent? Baby, my home is spotless. That's what you don't understand. There ain't nothing for me to check about myself because I take care of it. I wish I could get less of a life, actually. Like, I would actually prefer to have a little bit less of a life. Just a little. Just a little. Every single thing. So, there's that. Yikes. You see how that goes? You see how that goes? Dialogue, right? I'm pretty good at that.
If you involved a hood in this, when he's trying to get his life together, if you involve some of the other stuff that's gone on with some of the other people that I know, I hope that y'all are proud of yourself. That's the worst that I've done, saying what I said.
Is it that?
On my lives and stuff, that Lisa is either going to OD, she's either going to rehab or jail, or she will be in the ground.
Very different than the statement that you said in your text message that I posted, okay? Which you knew it was bad, and that's why you lied. Right? Because if you didn't think that comment was a fucking problem, you would have just been honest about it. You would have just said, I know, I fucked up, and I'm sorry to the people that I triggered that may have lost people in that way. You didn't do any of that. Did you? No, you didn't. You lied. You lied.
just because I said OD does not mean unalive. I said what I said, I circled it, and I put me on top of it. So why are people sitting here saying that people confronted me and that I tried to change my blah, blah, blah?
Because
no,
you did.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
If you read on to the messages and stuff, when I got to the part of OD, over the drama, I am over the drama.
No. You saw people in that chat were not okay with what you said, and that is why you switched what you said, okay? You saw that people in the chat were not okay with it, and that is why you switched to over the drama, all right? So absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's what she tried at first, Lori, but it didn't work. It didn't work. She failed.
I've been over the drama for weeks now.
I bet you are.
People,
I bet that you are so over the drama because you're live for 17 hours a day with drama.
like what I've done. I'm mean. I'm a mean girl. I'm a bitch. I'm this. I'm that.
Guess what? I'm a mean girl, and I'm a bitch, and I'm sarcastic, but you would never hear me say some shit like that about anybody. You are hateful. That's why you said it. You are hateful. Nobody asked you to come and start covering Lisa. You chose to do that.
Then why are you holding live about me?
Because I feel like it.
If you hate me so much, then why am I living rent-free in anybody's mind?
Well, one could say the same thing about you and Lisa, right? How much of your time did you put into Lisa? That you did all that with the cash apps, but you didn't even turn it into authorities. What was the point of it? Listen to me. There's a point to what I do, okay? There's a point to it. Anybody that's been around for a while with people that I cover, anything that I find goes to the appropriate authorities. Whether it's IC3 reports, FTC reports, whatever appropriate police department, okay? You didn't turn in that Cash App stuff. Why were you doing it? It was just a waste of time then. Reporting the money apps was a good way to go, yes. But what was the point of doing all of it if you weren't going to do something to hold her accountable for it? Because the truth of it is, she's always going to find somebody else to get another payment out from, right? Got another one this morning, actually. I don't know if I could speak on it yet. Where is it? I'll tell you in a second. Lisa Boo, 1966. I hope that you're not in here because I know that you watched me. Surviving Lisa Richard, what's the tick? Surviving Day by Day 66. Are you in here? You tried to buy Lisa's account? She didn't give it to you, did she? Interesting. Christy, it takes a really long time, to be honest. It takes a really long time, especially when people are in different states, right? It has to go through multiple jurisdictions and they all have to work together, right? So people think that this is an overnight thing. It is not. And I understand that it's been a long time, right? It's been a long time. But it happens. And there's nothing that anybody could do about that. Honestly, the only thing that people could do is continue to turn in the appropriate things that need to go to where they need to go, right? That's literally it. I do know that there has been precedent set with a woman scamming on the internet that has been banned from the internet, right? But that stuff takes time. It takes time. And that's another thing too, Mandarin, right? And then we come to this, there also becomes this aspect where I'm going to use shadow, for instance, right? I tried to call that shelter to I think it was a Thursday, or it was the day before the rumor about him being put to sleep was dropped. I tried to call. Do you know what they told me on the phone? We've gotten so many calls, I can no longer give information on this animal. So there becomes this really fine line where it becomes harassment, right? So you have to make sure that the reports are being done legitimately or through the appropriate channels, if you will. Otherwise, it does look bad. It becomes, it happens with Miss Ashy Cat and animal control. And that's why it got to a point where we had one specific person dealing with it. And we would tell everybody else, please don't call. Please understand that it is being worked on. And that is the only thing that I could tell you now, is that there are so many moving parts to this. The only thing I encourage everybody, if you have given her money, file an IC3 report. File a complaint with the FTC. If you have given her a substantial amount of money, go to your local courthouse. That is the only way that this stops, y'all. Honestly. I know, Melissa, I know. I would have driven to get him, because not that I'm close, but I would have. I'm sorry, y'all. This chat is flying so fast. And I am so grateful that he is living his best life, and I will continue to donate for him to live his best life. I will. Because in all honesty, that's all anybody ever wanted, right? Fishing girl, listen to me. There are things that I could say right now that would blow people's minds, right? But there's a reason why I do things the way I do, right? And there are certain things that I have to hold back for one reason or another. But I try to give clues as much as I can. I will never show my whole hand, and no one will ever know just how much I hold. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be careful. Well, and so Space Gal, I really don't run on rumors, to be honest. I really do try to get to the bottom of a lot of things, and there is a lot going on. There really is a lot going on. Ugh, I can't with that one. But that's how I got where I am, right? I don't just run to the internet with every little bit of information that I have. And people know that there are reasons why, for some reason or another, I can't speak on something at a certain point in time, but that point in time does come, right? There is sneakiness all over this app. I think it's really fucked up that she tried to strike Kai. I'm not gonna, I'm like, that's not only upsetting, but what pisses me off about it is the reason why she said she did it. Because that is not why she did it. What, Jen? I had to turn my requests off because I was getting so many battle requests. I don't know who did it to Nookie, and I did because I do have experience with copyrights and that type of reporting. I did try to talk to Nookie about it. What people don't understand, let's talk about it, right? What people don't understand is that when you file a copyright takedown request on YouTube, at least, Itty, you should probably give your actual information first of all, because that is it is a legal process. Okay. Just so you know, I would assume your bestie would have told you that you should probably use your accurate name. Also, if that creator is not monetized, what's the point of the strike? Because the whole basis of copyright comes back to money, right? You don't want somebody else profiting off of your intellectual property. You follow me? Kai isn't monetized. Not only did you use, I'm not even going to say, but you said you did it for Jess. And I meant it. In that video that I posted last night, I better never hear you try to stick up for that family again. Because the nerve of you to smile in their face, try to be their best friends, and act like you have good intentions with them while in a private chat saying something about their sister, that's gross. They have friends. They don't need friends like you. See, there are people that are friends with the sisters for the right reasons, right? They know, the sisters know who those people are. And Itty, you've proved not to be that person. It makes me, it bothers me, because the sisters get enough shit on this app. They don't need it from people that are supposed to be friends, right? No, she's not monetized. She thought that she was going to get a following off of the Kim Raya video, but I don't think she got much of a following from that. And I think that there becomes this thing where, I don't know if she knew how many people didn't really care for her, until recently, right? Because people, I don't want to use the term afraid, but afraid, right? People get afraid to use their voice when they think that someone has influence, right? They don't have to be afraid anymore, because now you got people calling your bullshit out all over the place, right? So that usually when I start speaking publicly about somebody, the information just starts flying in. I don't even have to lift a finger, because it's just, I can't even keep up with it. And that's kind of what's happening here. I don't know, Jane. I really, to be completely honest, I don't keep up with Lisa. I really don't. Thanks, Jen. I know that she sold one of her pages and didn't give the page up. I know that. But I agree with that too, Jules. But it's weird, because last night, the clip that I put in the video, she said she didn't owe anybody an apology. And I hope that she watched that video and she understood the pain that she caused people. Oh, Ronnie. When I saw that yesterday, and I don't know if do you want to come up? Because I turned off requests, so I might have to request you. Oh, I can't. Hold on. I can't do it because I turned it off. Oh, I can. I can request you if you want to come up. When I saw that and I sent it to Jess, I was just sick. I was... It's unfortunate. It really is. And happy birthday, right? And I know that when I sent it to Jess Jess was like, I really don't want to ruin, the party had just ended when I sent it. So nobody really wanted to ruin any of your celebration, right? And there's nothing off limits to her at this point, unfortunately. And without happy birthday. No, you're absolutely fine. I don't mind. You do you want to come up? Because I'll let you up. Listen, it's, what's shitty about it? This is what's shitty about it, right? A child's first birthday is supposed to be a celebration, right? It's their first birthday, and Lisa shit on it. That's what she did. She shit on it. And unfortunately, that will now, it kind of overshadows it, and it's unfortunate. Also, as far as I know, her parents are not away anywhere. It's sad, beach vibes, but you're right. You're right. And I don't think that's the thing, right? Pineapples is like, why are people still surprised at this point? I don't understand it. I never understand. And people need to leave the family alone. And I know that, listen, Jess is so over it. I know I saw a comment somewhere about Jess privating everything that she had on her pages related to Lisa. And listen, I know there's 617 people in here. How many of us, high flyers, how many of us have had a toxic family member, right? Think about that feeling of having a toxic family member and how much that drains out of you, right? Now imagine that toxic family member being a scammer on the internet. And how much more draining that becomes, right? I think that people truly don't understand the position that the sisters are in, right? Thank you. Toxicity is toxicity, no matter what, right? Friend, family, relationship, whatever, right? And you can change. So I saw your comment. Comments are flying by, and I appreciate all of y'all for being here and tapping and protecting the live. I get it. No, they do get privacy. Okay. That's not going to happen here. Sorry, not sorry. Those sisters deserve privacy. Okay. Those sisters have absolutely nothing to do with what their sister is doing. And they have every step of the way come on this app and told people, do not give my sister money. It's not their fault that people aren't listening. And every single time that they come and make a video or address something about the situation, guess what happens? Everybody, hold on. These comments. Allowing a family member to manipulate, scam, lie, etc. It's so hard to deal with. Tough love. How do you know they're not practicing tough love right now? Listen, I wish, trust me, I wish that I could tell it all, because it would make a lot of things clear, right? It's not my job. It's not my business. And it's stuff that I was told in confidence by a friend. And I'm not going to break that confidence. And Lisa is responsible for her own actions. And let me tell you something. Every time I see it, I witness it. Every time the sisters say something, they didn't do this right, or they didn't do that. It doesn't matter what they say. They're staying getting ripped apart. See, Jesse, you here? Daughters of, it's a great question, but I can't. It's not my place to say. All I can say, say is that I have tried lightly to have Jess elaborate on the situation. It's not to. It's not my place to say. Right? Hi, Ronnie.
Hello.
So happy birthday to your little one, first and
Thank
foremost.
you.
And I know, I felt bad when I sent the screenshot to Jess. I was like,
Honestly, Jessie didn't even tell me about it yesterday because she knew that I would lose my mind. I didn't
Yeah.
find out about it until I was on my way home, and then I happened to check my TikTok, and I had hundreds of messages.
Oh, I bet.
But like, she's never been invited to the party. I made it perfectly clear to both of my parents that she was not allowed to come.
Mhm.
Because she's not allowed. I mean, the baby's a year old and she's seen her in person twice. She's never held her, never nothing, and she's not allowed to.
No, me neither. I don't blame you at all, to be honest. Because I think that you have to protect her first, right? And Lisa right now is not in an appropriate condition to be around children.
No, she's not. And now, especially because we all know, like, the 1-year-old stage is when they start to they mimic you and they repeat you. And I'm just not interested in that.
No, absolutely not. That has to come first.
But I will have to say that the next time I go to my parents' house and I see her, yeah, because I'm real mad about that.
Yeah, I bet you are. I would be mad too. And that was kind of how Jess felt about it, because I think that when I sent the screenshot, you were just like leaving.
Yeah.
And she was like, if I tell her now, she's gonna turn around, and I was like, no, you're right. You know,
My thing is she wouldn't, if she was invited, she wouldn't have needed a ride anyways, because she could have just came with my dad, who is obviously not out of town.
Yeah, obviously. But we're not going to turn it into an interrogation of Ronnie. Okay, y'all? We're not going to do that.
I mean, if people have questions, I can answer questions. That's fine. I wasn't trying to take over your whole live with her BS anyways.
Listen, it happens anyway. I think that because people think that I honestly haven't. Pippi, how are you? I honestly haven't been keeping up with her. Things come to me privately, I guess you could say, and then if it's something of importance, I really do try to not bother Jess about it, because I do know that she does want out of it, right?
Yeah, I hit not interested on like most of the pages that follow or like cover my sister, because I'm just so over it.
Right.
That like I've had to take, a mental health step back, but then like I should have known that. I mean, I know that she's the way that she is, but I'm not surprised she did what she did, but like I just honestly can't believe it.
Right. Like it gets to a point where it's like, what's next? Right. Like it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate that she used your kid. Right.
Yeah.
It's sick, really. And she is sick, and she needs help, but she's not willing to take that help. Then there's nothing anybody could do. Not the sisters, not the parents, nothing. Nobody.
I just seen a comment asking, yeah, my dad still takes her to the clinic every day. And even if for some reason he couldn't, she lives within and I'm going to be generous here. She could walk from my dad's front door to the front door of the clinic, all flat, no hills, in 20 minutes. She could probably do it in 10, but I'm being generous.
She got those long ass legs.
Yeah, I was just being generous because I don't know how it is being on methadone, but I've heard, like you're sick in the morning. So I was giving just a little bit of extra time for that, okay? But like we could walk there in 20 minutes with time to spare. So she doesn't need literally a ride anywhere. And also I'm not sure exactly how much it was, but my dad was sent home with food yesterday from the birthday party, so none of them need food. Like, we sent a lot of what was left over home with my dad yesterday.
Listen to me, y'all. When I was in active addiction, if my dealer told me to walk 15 miles for me to use, I'd have walked 15 miles in the snow with no shoes uphill. Okay?
Right.
No excuse.
I see a comment here asking what my thoughts about what Itty said about Lisa. What I don't know what that means.
So Itty said that she hoped that Lisa.
Well, I don't feel like any good person would say that about anyone. I do not. I've heard several different things about the person that I was asked about, but I don't know anything about them, like, personally. Even when I was still following all the things, like the pages that covered my sister and stuff, theirs was never one of them.
What Discord? Somebody send me those pictures, please. Why is any mod in the Discord allowing pictures in there of the kid?
Right? I'm not in the Discord, so I don't know. But that is weird. Although I have heard that Lisa's best friend, who, you know, is her mod, tried to start something in the Discord about me the other day. But I don't know anything about it.
Thank you. If anybody's in that Discord and you're a mod, there should be no pictures of anybody's minor child. Ugh.
Especially in a Discord that person's not a part of. Because, like, I don't have anything to do. So why is my baby in my sister's Discord? Yeah, I did know that Kim tried to start a whole channel about me because she got mad because I had some few choice words for her in Reddit, and she's a mod there, so she keeps silencing me and making me not be able to comment there. So
Kim is the only mod. Hi,
yeah, that makes sense.
That's great.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know when it became an acceptable practice to put somebody else's children who isn't even, you know.
Well, I don't, I'm not surprised by anything those two do, to be honest with you.
Right.
So,
On what page did Lisa post it?
yeah, I seen the video that Lisa posted about.
Oh, it's on Instagram. I'm sorry, y'all. These comments are flying. I can't get
Yeah, I'm
to
trying
it.
to read them too, but
Yeah, is it something that's reportable? There's no morals. There's no morals.
yeah,
I can't.
whatever them two can do to get money for the things that they need them for, that's what they do, unfortunately.
I got it. It's coming through all over the place. My email, yeah. I mean, Kim, because I know that you do sometimes pay attention to the things that I say. Can we remove the picture of Ronnie's daughter? I don't think
I mean,
that
yeah, my kid don't need to be in there. You can say what you want about me, but my kid doesn't need to be in there.
That's unfortunate, and you don't like it when people do stuff like that to you, and I've never seen Ronnie talk about your kid, so why is that being done? That's terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I just seen several different comments about my brother. My brother is not happy with Lisa, but nobody hates her.
Well, I don't think that you guys are ever gonna honestly hate her, right? It's still your sister. You love the addict. You love the person. You hate the addiction. I think that you guys have gotten to a point that you just there's nothing you could do. It's treatment, and that's it, right?
She keeps telling my parents that they don't have a bed for her in the place that she wants to go to.
Do you talk to your parents?
Very rarely now, to be quite honest with you, since she moved in there. I talk to them on the phone less, and I really can't go see them because I can't take my baby to their house because she's there.
Yeah, there's beds for her in rehab. You could tell them that.
Oh, I definitely told them that. My mom told me not yesterday, the day before when I stopped there, that she thought she was lying, so she called the place herself.
Oh, okay.
And they said that, like, obviously my sister has to do the intake and like talking to them and stuff, but they definitely had beds, so to have her call back. My mom said she was going to, but I don't know. I honestly don't, like I said, talk to any of them much
Yeah.
anymore.
I get the full picture. It's not my business to put out there. I think
Yeah.
that there's a lot that people don't know, unfortunately, and I think that has its benefits and its cons, right? Like, because it puts a lot of the heat on y'all that you don't deserve it. I will say that,
Yeah.
but it's not my place to say. Listen to me, there are beds for treatment for Lisa.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to go, and that's what I keep telling them. Like,
Period.
if she doesn't want to go, get her out of your house. Like, you're not listening to
Period.
me.
She's and I think that there's financial, you know,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate. Okay, hold on. Nookie said I can't. My comments. I can't keep up. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing. So can somebody repeat what Nookie said, or can Nookie repeat what they said? Do your parents cook and not let least? Do you believe that?
Honestly, that's my parents won't let her sleep on the street, and you think that
And
they would make food and not let her eat it?
yeah, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I got you. Thank you guys. Listen, she's got beds in treatment in multiple different treatment centers, y'all. It's not a matter of her not having a bed. She doesn't want it.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go,
She
and
does not
that's
want
the
to go.
problem. I hate those comments in the state of Pennsylvania. They can involuntarily commit Lisa. No, we cannot, because we've tried. Jess has tried until she's blue in the face.
Literally. I said the same thing. So I used to say the same thing before Jess and I developed a friendship. I used to say, but they could 302 her and they could do this and they could do that. But I didn't I wasn't aware until I spoke to Jess of the things that had already been done.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when you know better, you do better, right? And I am much more informed now of the things than I was then. But that doesn't mean it's my place to say.
Right.
And I have given just suggestions, because for me, and I understand different states, different laws, it was a family court judge that mandated me to treatment during the process of my divorce.
Okay.
Right? So I have tried to have her go that route, because technically listen, Lisa is not Ronnie's responsibility. I don't know why Nicole would be streaming me. That's kind of weird. I don't even know her, nor do I care to know her. Okay? So I think that people need to leave Ronnie and Jess alone. They are their own people. They
Right.
are their own. They don't listen. You know what she could do? She could buy her clothes with her TikTok payouts.
She could,
Right?
but Jess went out and got her a
She
lot
sure
of
did.
new clothes for rehab that she's now destroyed because she was supposed to go to rehab and didn't. So
Yep. I do think I think the sisters need to be left alone.
yeah, I usually, like I said on the videos that I posted on my page, that if anybody contacts me about her, I just block them.
Mm-hmm.
But
You have to.
yesterday, I didn't do that because people were just being nice. Like, hey, your sister's using your kid to scam people, you know? But yeah, it's just like, I'm not surprised because she did it to her own kids, you know? But like,
I mean, I guess that's true
leave
too.
mine out of it.
I didn't know this until like I had heard about it, but I wasn't like clear on all of the details. Somebody actually slapped Jess at her job.
Yeah.
At her job.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yes.
in the actual fuck gives people the right to show up at not even Lisa's,
Yeah.
Jess's
Mm-hmm.
job?
Yeah. People are wild.
Listen, can her parents not let her use her phone? April, baby, listen to me. My kids are 20 and 21. You think I'm taking their phones from them? Let's be real. Lisa is a grown-ass adult. Nobody can do anything to Lisa. Lisa has to do it on her own.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, my parents are enabling her way more than what needs to be done at this point. And that's another reason why I don't talk to them all that often now, because like I've told them over and over again and they don't want to listen. So
Right.
like I don't want to call and find out what's going on at your house, because like
You already know.
it's a shit show and I don't feel like
You
dealing with it.
already know.
You know
And
what I mean?
unfortunately, with like I said, I don't know if you were up yet. Toxic family members, it's toxicity.
Yeah.
Listen, Wild Angel, they know, honey. They know. The parents know. Do you think they're just clueless as to what's going on?
Yeah. No, they're
No,
not.
listen, he is not allowing Lisa to do anything. Lisa is a grown-ass woman. Some of y'all are wild. How can anybody, I will say this, they can throw her out. I'll say that, right? Other than that, even if they throw her out, what does that mean? She could still wander the neighborhood.
Right.
So like, I don't know. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, right? It's like these sisters can't win. They can't win.
Well, no, because if we try to do something that, you know, Bob told us to do, here comes Paul screaming at us that we still did it the wrong way and Paul wants us to do it his way. So then we try Paul's way and then Bill's angry about it, you know?
Right.
So it's just like,
You can't win.
right. Like I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Like I am
I
so
understand.
mad and so over it
I understand.
that like it's wild.
I don't know if she meant to come up. Should I drop her?
I don't know.
She's like, I don't know. Send another one if you meant it. She's the only one. And listen, I agree that the parents enable, right?
Oh, 100% for years. And I literally told them when she was getting evicted, do not let her come here. And they do not want to listen to me. I just as much as I can't control Lisa, I cannot control what my parents do with their own child.
That's what I was just about to say, right? The sisters have already told the parents you don't want anything to do with it. And now that the parents are obviously choosing, you're good, Sassy. I just didn't know if you did it by accident. Now that the parents are choosing to ignore the advice that Jess and Ronnie have given them, what is anybody supposed to do about it?
And it's so frustrating because, like, my mom will physically call me and be like, XYZ happened and I don't know what to do. And, like, I'll give her legitimate advice, not even just like a simple kick her out of your house right now. Like, I'll actually think of something else that's not that drastic. And then I'll talk to her 3 days later, like, did you try any of that? And she's like, no. Then what did you just waste my time for?
I know. And I can't, I mean, to be fair, hi Cherry Pie. To be fair, I can't imagine, like my child's in active addiction. I can't imagine. I do know that there are certain things that I would not do or lines that I would not cross. Right. However, what is anybody supposed to do with what the parents are clearly choosing to do? Nothing.
There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I've told them to not let her live there. I told them to, when she's at the house, take her phone, do this, do that. I mean, I get it that she's a grown adult, but like, if you want to be in my house, you're going to listen to this. But like, they're not sticking to any of that. So like, There's nothing that, but I keep getting yelled at about what my parents are allowing at that house. I don't live there.
It's not. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not. Listen, we could say until we are blue in the fucking face what the parents should be doing, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So now what?
Well, here, look, I'm going to prove even a better point on how they're not listening to me. We went through the whole, she lost her phone or the phone was stolen, whatever the case may be, right? So then she was borrowing my mom's phone and I told them not to let her do that, right? And then it was time for my dad to upgrade his phone. So we upgraded his phone and then gave Lisa his old broken one. But why did we do that? Because not only did we give her access to the internet again, but we also now gave her access to another way to get money out of people because you gave her an iPhone that now has Apple Cash on it. So, what are we doing?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's financially motivated.
I don't understand that because they don't have any more money now that she's there. And she doesn't. This is what I don't understand about people who keep saying me and Jesse are in on her scams because one, what addict do you know just freely gives up money to multiple different people, right? And also, if I wanted people to be giving Lisa money, why would I have been on this app for a year and a half screaming at people to stop giving her money?
So I can actually, I know, I do believe you, but I also know 1000% without a doubt that people have tried to give Jess money through me via email and Jess has turned down every single penny that people have offered.
People asked me to make a wish list for the baby's birthday, and I said no.
The sisters have absolutely nothing to do with it. Buckle up, but here's the thing. They literally, listen, I can't say more than I'm saying, right? I'm trying to answer your questions with as much as I feel comfortable saying, but they know. I don't know.
Oh, they definitely know what's going on.
Right.
For sure, they know.
And especially even more so that she's there now all day, all night. You think the neighbors are okay with that? They're not.
No.
That is not an invitation to stalk, harass, contact anybody in that neighborhood, by the way. Please do not do that. I'm just saying, people are not going to, you know what I'm saying? That they're not going to tolerate that.
The parents know, but I believe they're not accepting the fact. They're trying to be in denial of Lisa's problem. My mom was the same way with my sister.
No, they know she has a problem and they know that it's a problem. My dad's biggest issue is that he cannot allow one of his kids to not have a warm place to sleep. And I can't get it in his head that he's not making that decision. She is. You know what I mean? I didn't make the decision for her not to be able to come to my daughter's birthday party. I just set the boundary that if she hadn't completed rehab and she wasn't clean, that she couldn't come. That gives her more than enough time to get clean so she can come. So if we can't stop doing drugs to stay in a warm house, that's not my dad's problem. That's her problem. And I just can't get that through his head yet.
I get it. And I don't know, honestly, Ronnie, I'm not even trying to be a dick. I'm just going to say, I don't know that if they haven't gotten it by now, that they're ever gonna.
No, I don't think they're ever going to. They're going to keep dealing with this, or she's going to go to rehab, or she's going to just not be around anymore because of her choices she's still making. I honestly don't believe that they're ever going to they wouldn't let any of us be homeless. regardless of it being our own action or if my house flooded and I needed somewhere to go. You know what I mean? Like to them, it really doesn't matter. And they're essentially in the short sight, they feel like they're helping her, but they're not.
Texas T, you're absolutely right. A lot of times letting go makes them understand, right? Texas T's comments was correct. It's sad. The whole situation is really sad. The only thing that it's just not this. Just leave the sisters alone. They definitely don't be showing up at their jobs. Like, there are places of business while they're with their coworkers. Can you imagine how embarrassing that must be for her?
Yeah, I can't even imagine that. But people are wild. You should see some of the messages that I get.
Oh, I know.
And like my personal Facebook doesn't even have my last name on it, and it hasn't for years.
I know.
People still find my personal Facebook and send me the most outrageous messages that it's ridiculous.
Makes me sick, honestly. So real quick, comments are fucking flying, y'all. I'm sorry. The DOC, any DOC is dangerous. Just to be 1000%, like, I just want everybody in here, all 892 people in here, to understand any DOC is dangerous. Okay, if you are purchasing a DOC on the street, okay, that there is like an 85% chance that it is caught with an illicit hug that can be fatal. Russian roulette every single time. Every time. I can't say that enough. Every time you use, you risk your life. Point blank, period. It is scary, but guess what? When I was in active addiction, I don't even think even now that I'm afraid to die. I like, and maybe it's like I'm not afraid to die. I think that I'm more afraid of leaving my loved ones to deal with the grief of me dying. I don't give a shit. But it's when I was in active addiction, I didn't give a shit. I didn't care.
There's a time and a point where you have to do the tough love. You always love your children, but you have to do tough love to show them that you're not going to put up with their stuff.
What force them is what. Listen, in my word, I promise you that Lisa's sisters have tried telling their parents everything that comes along with having Lisa there. Okay, I promise you, it's been done. They are choosing to do it anyway. It is not a sister's problem.
No, it's not her sister's problem.
They're not listening.
And it's fine that mom and dad is letting her live there, but
I don't think it is.
Well, if
I think it is
they
either.
want to give her a roof over her head,
let her go to treatment.
They ought to set rules and boundaries that she has to go by.
Lisa doesn't live by rules and boundaries, though. She doesn't have any.
My parents don't do rules and boundaries very well either. Not even when I was a kid.
It is treatment or nothing at this point. That is the only way that thing that the parents should be doing.
I honestly don't even think treatment is going to be like useful at this point. Unless she goes to jail, there's nothing that can be done.
It is starting to get cold out there, y'all. I do believe that she needs treatment, only because I do believe that she does have some deep-seated trauma that I don't know what, but it needs to be worked on, right? However, treatment meaning a year, right? Long-term treatment.
Oh, for sure. We've been doing this for decades. A little 30-day program ain't going to do nothing for her.
I know.
How are you going to change his mind? I'm going to let him come to his senses and realize he should be begging me.
I know.
Marriage isn't about keeping score, darling.
She may be an adult, but she acts like she's not acting an adult. She's acting as a child.
Agree. Agree. I agree with you.
I just seen a comment that says she would not have a phone if my dad didn't give her one. He doesn't care if she steals from people. Let's be clear. She's not stealing from anyone because people are willingly sending her the money. So she's not stealing from anyone.
I also just want to be clear. I got a screenshot of a DM today of somebody offering to pay for a phone with service for Lisa. Okay? So let's not get
She
confused
lost
here.
was sent to her by somebody from TikTok and they paid the bill every month.
Thank you. Lisa will have a phone. It is not... There will be a way. That's just the truth. She is going to... I have a DM from a girl offering to pay for Lisa to get a phone. It was sent to me this morning. So I don't think that people truly understand that she will always find a way.
Oh, she's a scammer for sure. I just don't feel like we're saying that everybody's okay with her stealing because we're not stealing.
Well, I don't think that you guys are okay with her behavior at all.
No.
No.
I do not
don't
post
think-
on anything that comes out of her mouth or anything that she does.
Well, that's a big part of the problem too, though, right? I don't know how anybody still believes her at this point. I really don't. I don't know.
I just seen a comment and I'm going to address this. I was there when Lisa was served with that protection order a few weeks ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was all said and done, I spent another 15 minutes talking to the officers that were there.
Mm.
And because I even asked him, I'm like, I usually know when she goes to do what we all know she's going to do. Like, can I call you and you could stop her on the street and find her with something? And he's like, honestly, it's not going to help. One thing that I didn't even know, and I asked my parents, and I don't think Jess knew either, is in those few months that everybody was kept calling in welfare checks and all of that, like 2 or 3 times when they called in those welfare checks and Lisa didn't come back for 2 or 3 hours.
Yep.
That was because that cop that I spoke to personally has arrested Lisa twice in the last 6 months and taken her to the county jail.
There's no record of that.
That's what he told me. He told me it himself. He took her down there and each time she was processed and let right back out. That's what he told me himself. I don't know. I didn't try to look it up. I didn't anything.
I did. I haven't run her in a while, but the last time that I ran her was around the eviction time, and it wasn't.
But that's because I was asking him, like, what can we do? Because she won't willingly go to treatment. I can't do this. You guys are telling me we can't 302 her. We can't do any of this. So, like, can I get her arrested? And he's like, I've already done that twice. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess not then.
Maybe he's thinking of the 302 as an arrest.
I'm not sure. I just know this man told me that it is his life mission to find something that sticks to put her away.
Tell him to contact me. You have his contact information?
I do not, but I'm sure I can go down to Zone 1 and get them to give me the information.
Do you know his name?
I don't remember.
Where was it? I'll talk to you privately.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I have a ton of stuff, and I think that unfortunately I could FOIA. If I knew what to FOIA, I could get his information, but I'm not sure what to FOIA because if it's just a service, I might not see it.
Okay.
But what are you making?
Hold on. Who did I mod for? Why did you mod every time for her?
Woo!
I've never once been a moderator for my sister. Apparently she's live right now.
Wait, what? Y'all have never modded?
She has put me on the list and I didn't notice and I hurry up and backed out of it.
Yeah, get out of there.
Been trying to, because Jesse was like, hey, you need to get out of there. You know?
Yeah.
But I've never
seen you.
I've never, ever.
So, the person that just said something about Lisa stealing from a woman with cancer, I have heard it. I have not seen proof of it.
I've seen the text messages that were apparently out there, but
But text aren't proof, y'all.
Don't need up
No,
here.
I know that, but I'm just saying I have my own opinion about those text messages I've seen either, but like just because I'm her sister, I'll keep my mouth shut because no matter what I say, unless I sit here and bully my sister online, I'm wrong. So
Can I request her?
No.
yes.
Oh, she's got him off.
Well, yeah, I tried to jump on her lives last night to confront her about using my kid for money, but she won't let me. She won't let me.
I don't know how you didn't lose your fucking shit, dude. Honestly,
I was an interesting person yesterday, to be quite honest. I was a literal ball of emotion. And I spent most of yesterday crying because the baby was turning 1 and I'm not handling that very well, to be honest.
Aw. Well, wait until she's 21.
Yeah, I'm very sad that we're 1 already. So I'm glad that I didn't realize that while it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because we might have went live from a baby's birthday party.
Well, I'm sorry that she said that to you. I know. Listen, it happens. Listen, she doses every day, y'all.
Every day. And the clinic that she goes to now isn't even open on the weekends, so she only has to go Monday through Friday. She gets take homes on the weekends now. So
No, Dad is home. It's a lie, y'all. It's a lie.
and I'm not trying to be mean because I know a lot of people like right now, like the economy's not good and people are struggling. But like to be fair, my parents can barely afford to go to the grocery store. They cannot afford to go anywhere for a vacation, like at all. Like,
I know what you mean because sometimes people take things like I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be like matter of fact.
yeah,
And
I'm
people
just trying
think
to
I'm
like
being mean and I'm like, I'm not.
yeah, like I'm just trying to put the facts out there. Like I'm not trying to say like they're like be rude and be like my parents are
Right.
poor, but
Right.
like
Right. I get
my
it.
dad's disabled and lives off of Social Security. Where do we think he's going?
Yeah. She's lying, y'all. She listen to me. If she could lie about going to her sister, this is her sister in the box, right? If she could lie about needing a gift and to go to her niece's birthday party, she would lie about anything. Period.
Literally. I mean, let's be honest. My daughter's birthday party is on the low end of the issues that she's lied about.
It's facts. Sorry,
I
but
mean,
it's
she just said that my dad was out of town for a week, but we killed him off 2 years ago. So, like, did we take his urn for a little holiday party or like what?
I'm
Do you see
sorry.
what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
mean
it's
to laugh because
wild.
it's awful, but
It's wild. Like, and then the people that get me are like, I'll see comments in Reddit and I'll be like, that's something Lisa said. And people will wholeheartedly believe it. And I'll comment on it and I'll be like, that's not true. And they'll be like, well, Lisa said it. Okay, that should have been the first clue that it wasn't true.
right. Or how I can't. You can't win. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. People, they're always gonna have. Listen, I understand that people are always gonna have an opinion. I learned that a very long time ago, right? But I don't know if people know this, but you can have an opinion and not be hateful and nasty about it.
Oh, not on the internet, you can't.
Yeah, right.
Because not on the
Silly me.
internet.
Not on TikTok.
Yeah, how
Anyway.
dare you suggest that normal
I know.
behavior? How
Ooh,
dare
somebody
you?
just made me want raviolis, and I don't know if who is what Dr. Uribe. I have no idea. Do you know who that is?
I do, yeah.
Oh, is it
That's
who I think it is?
yes, it's the doctor who prescribes the meds.
And y'all, there's no need to do anything there because guess what? It's already being taken care of.
It is, seeing as we share the same doctor. I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and I've compiled a nice little video.
There is a lot that people don't know, and I feel like they assume things, but they don't, and then they get hateful about it, but they don't know that like it's already being taken care of over here, right? Just because people don't blab everything out to the internet, right?
And they also are like, well, you guys aren't posting any videos or you're not saying anything in Reddit of anything that you guys are trying to do. Why would I do that and let her know what's coming?
Right. Why does it have to be a collective?
See, and that's what irritates me because people are always like, are you going to give us an update? No, my sister chooses to put everybody's business out there. That doesn't mean I need to choose to live the public life she's trying to force me into.
But guess what? Even if you give that update, they bitch anyway.
Literally, because we don't do, like I said, if we do what Bob wants, Paul's mad about it because we didn't do it.
Please don't harass the doctor. The doctor is being dealt with. Please don't do that.
Yeah, let's not. We don't need to do all that because that's crazy. This is the kind of shit.
This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about, y'all. When you do stuff like that, it leads to bullying, harassing, and stalking, right? It is being taken care of. You hear me? Leave it be, because the more people that call 4,000 times, guess what? You're going to fuck up that investigation. Leave it be. I wasn't talking about you. Coco Chanel, I wasn't talking about you. You're going to fuck it up. Leave it alone.
Yeah, that's this thing that people aren't realizing. Like we've been told by multiple like CPS workers and stuff like that. Like we're not just saying that so like people think we're trying to help Lisa. Like the multiple calls just make it look like everybody's bullying her and the information doesn't get looked into.
That's right. And I saw it with Miss Ashy Cat, okay? I understand. Please hear me when I say, Dale, please hear me when I say, the more people, the less people dealing with it in this type of situation, the better off it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Simple. Trust that it's being handled. It is not an overnight process. I don't know where y'all live, right? Hold on, the dogs are gonna bark. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. My little brother. Yeah, I was muted because when my little brother walks in, the dogs act like they haven't known him their whole life and they go fucking apeshit. So now, and then when they do that, right, sets off all the dogs in the chat, start going wild. So I try to, see? Yeah, I'm sorry. My brother brought home one of his friends, and now Charlie, you want to say hi? Charlie, come sissy. Nope, he wants to go over there and bark. I'm sorry. I do it as a preemptive, and every single time it gets screwed up. So I apologize. Somebody is texting me that Nicole is talking shit. I don't care.
I wish she would come in here and talk it because she likes to talk about it.
I might have her blocked because of her behavior, but I don't care.
I just actually ran into her about a week or so ago. I was leaving my parents as she pulled up at her house. And as I came down the driveway, she was stepping out of her vehicle. And as soon as she seen me, she got back in her vehicle and sat in it until I left.
Yeah, I know that y'all have a history. I'm not sure, but I don't know why she cares what's going on in my life. I don't talk about her.
Literally nobody even said anything about her until somebody
Like,
in the comments said
so
something
like,
about her.
people are weird. People are weird.
Yeah.
Oh, you told Lisa to come get a box? I bet you don't.
I bet she don't.
I bet you don't. She won't come in here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying. Vile 4-letter words. I suck at it. Vile 4-letter words. Yeah, I know nothing about it, but it ain't my business. Ain't
Nope.
got nothing to do with me.
Me neither.
Right. Because she knows Ronnie's in here. Right. Yeah. Facts. I know. Does anybody know how Lisa is? Lisa is currently still doing the same thing that Lisa has been doing for the past 3 years. Are you surprised?
But that is the only thing that is wrong with her. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with her foot. There's nothing wrong with anything else.
And her parents are home.
Yeah. And yes, I do have a brother who lives with my dad. I'm shocked that I've been asked 7 times in the past 2 days, do you have a brother? I didn't know you had a brother. I didn't know that that was still a secret. I have a brother. He is 27 years old. But that's a whole nother story.
I don't know why anybody, because now people are just going to start digging up his information like it
They ain't
matters.
gonna find nothing. That boy ain't even had a job. That's why I said that is a different story. Y'all want to know about my parents being enablers? We could start with him, but we're not gonna do all that. No, Lisa's the oldest.
I know that.
Somebody asked in the comments, was she the baby?
No, Lisa's the oldest.
No, Lisa's the oldest.
What do your parents think? Don't you? I hate it when people come in after we're already gone through it all. Can y'all watch the replay when I post it to YouTube or Kai does? Does Abby still have her baby? Let's not talk about other people's.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't comment on other people's kids.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because look, we literally had a conversation at the beginning when Ronnie joined the box about how her kid was posted in Discord and all these other places that she shouldn't have been. So really wouldn't be fair of her to comment on somebody else's child, whether she's related to the person or not.
Right, and also I don't know exactly when Abby was staying there, whatever, how much she was involved in the modding and all of that. And if she was involved, I don't condone any of that, obviously, because I don't condone anything that Lisa does. But the fact that it's been months since she's been anywhere, let's just give her that time and that grace to fix the life that her mom has not made easy for her.
Facts. Trauma, right?
Exactly. So if she's gone now and we're trying to better our life for whatever reason that may be, let's just let her be gone and do that.
I agree. So I'm gonna get off because I'm gonna think about what I want to eat, and I still want to film a Victoria video because you're still a piece of shit, Victoria. I might have been a little distracted with Itty being a piece of shit, but now I'm gonna come right back to you being a piece of shit. Just so we're clear. I know somebody said ravioli, and I'm kind of thinking about it. But the replay will be up on YouTube. Does anybody have any, just before we go, since there is 1,000 people in here, does anybody know how, if you delete a bunch of text messages in a conversation, how text messages that were sent first would somehow go on top of the ones that was sent before? Does anybody know how that would happen? Asking for a friend. They wouldn't, Melissa. I like that answer. I mean, if anybody comes up with an answer, I'm more than willing to hear you out. I don't know. I've never seen it happen. So I'm a little, I'm a little bit stuck on my YouTube is the same. It's linked in my bio, your favorite villain. I'm a little confused how that could have happened. You know what I mean? And I know, Ronnie, you may not know what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about Itty and the little bit of the mess that we talked about before when somebody asked you how you felt about it,
Yeah.
right? When she posted a response to those text messages, she deleted a bunch of text messages, and then somehow texts that was sent before other texts they were reversed. I don't know how that happens.
Oh, that sounds like magic, honestly.
It's magic. Holy shit.
It sounds like magic,
it's
yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I honestly, like I said, I tried to, like, I didn't unfollow you, obviously, or anything like that, but there's like 3 or 4 people that do the whole scamming thing that I still like follow in the awareness, but other than
right.
that, I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Be
totally
careful.
lost on all of that.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. There's a lot of crazy shit going on out there these days, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go make the baby dinner.
Go ahead, I'm hopping off anyway.
All
I hope
right,
everybody
yeah.
has a good night. Don't be a piece of shit today, okay? Don't lie on the internet trying to say that you need money for this or that. Victoria, babe, hold on. Maybe I'll green screen this. Is it in this phone? Let's find out. Hold on. It is not. So just give me 1 second and then let me send this to myself just so that we have an idea of, I'll be right back, y'all. Just because you, okay? Stop asking people for the internet money. Stop asking for people for money on the goddamn internet, okay? Get a fucking job. Support your goddamn self. It's not other people's jobs to pay your core fines, okay? Everybody washes sheets. That is a blanket thing. It is not a race thing, okay? Everybody should be washing your sheets at all times, at least once a week, depending on how much you're getting. You know what I mean? Like, let's try to be some clean people around here. Change your sheets every 3 days. I don't know about y'all, but like, ugh. And that is not a racial thing. That is a human thing. Everybody should be washing their sheets, okay? I know. Listen to me. I'll tell you one thing. I got UGG bedding, and I will never sleep in anything ever again. That is not UGG bedding. Other than that, put sheets on. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'm sorry. Have a good night. Don't believe a word Lisa Richards says, okay? Don't do that. It's all gonna UGG bedding. I'm telling you. It's like you're sleeping on a cloud. I don't think that Itty has given a sufficient enough apology, and I would like answers. Reaper is always open to answering questions. Thank you, Stagey. Thank you for the taps. I appreciate it. Not Roddy Mama. No. Listen to me. Thank you for the taps. I appreciate everybody that is in here. Even if I can't keep up with the comments, I promise you I try. I'll have the replay up as soon as I can, but I do think that Kai was in here as well. And she's usually quicker than I am. So, Cookie, guess what, baby? I did that already today. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine? Hold on. Can you imagine that I already went outside, did all that, got my coffee, cleaned the floors, bitch? You got no idea how busy I stay over here. All right. But guess what? If you don't like it, don't come over here because you ain't going to like the response. Because this is snarky, but I promise you, I could go from snarky to cunty like that. Okay? Everybody have a good night.